The best part is that's how we're opening this. Hello, and welcome to Cause and Effect, where everything is the player's fault, except for tonight. Tonight, we're blaming the fact that we play on a Saturday in the evening.
Yeah.
Because everyone's logging in to the server that we use for Foundry. And so, things crashed. I said, leave me out of this, but that's not what they did. Hello, my name is Crash. I'll be your GM for the evening, or DM, depending on how we mash these rules together, because we can't get the D&D rule set to load in Foundry right now. We can get Cypher System to load, but the characters aren't converted to Cypher System yet. Joining me tonight are a bunch of awesome people, including Beth, Ellie, Io, Millie, returning, yay, and Jen.
Yay!
I've already introduced myself as Crash, but I'm doing it again because today I had a fever of over 100. So forgive me.
Oh my.
Yes, cold medicine is one.
Crash.
Yes, Crash. So we're going to be playing D&D. We're going to be playing the same plot, but I've lost access to all of my NPCs, and number rolling is going to be a bit different. So I'm going to shoehorn in some Cypher System because I think that'd be easier, only because I understand Cypher System. So forgive us if the rules don't stay entrenched, because
It was a lair
we're
action.
winging this.
It was a lair action. Reality is warping around us.
Yes. Right. So who wants to say what happened last time?
We fought a thing. We fought
did.
core worms, and the little ones had some of them had like potions in them because they eat things whole, gulp, and apparently hadn't broken some of the vials yet.
Oh yeah, they
And then we
burrowed
fought a
through
big
stone,
one.
and they just
Mhm.
burrowed through the treasure room and grabbed a bunch of potions, and they had not dissolved the glass.
Mildly
yeah, you-
surprised that they bothered dissolving and they don't have like a row of internal teeth to grind things up first. But yeah, core worms.
Well, there were some of them that ate other things, and some things were dissolved, and some things weren't. Some things were ground up, some things weren't. Some things were magical, and therefore could not be ground up.
Mhm.
But you did defeat a big core worm
Mm-hmm.
as well. And there was a plan made to go back to the Red Dragon, not the Red Death. That's the one in charge of the volcano. But a different Red Dragon was the one that was telling you what to do, and that was Majordomo Infrared, who I consider to be the highest of compliments, that as soon as they said their first lines, Cavill made an insight check.
Yes, they did.
Yes. It was a cromulent insight check. So, the plan was, let's go back to Majordomo Infrared and say, hey, we killed the mama core worm. You want to inspect the corpse? Because, last time some adventurers came in and they said they killed the mama, but they hadn't killed the mama, and you had to call for more adventurers. So, you want to see the evidence?
That sounds like a reasonable thing for us to do. It's not like we can cut off its head or something and drag it back, can we?
You can do one of those things.
Why don't we cut off the head just to be sure?
I will
It
use my hammer.
begins- On a worm this size, a hammer might actually be a sufficient cutting implement, especially when used by techs.
If Tex uses the hammer on one side and Mech uses their war axe on the other side, then
We'll be done in 5 seconds.
you go chunk, 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 like the all the people pounding in the stake, the railroad ties or whatever.
Mm. Right, yeah.
Okay.
You just have to do it in, first you go chonk, then you go chonk, so you don't hit each other.
Good plan,
Okay.
good plan.
Well, I'm going to have this be the first rule of the evening. Just because, let's test run this idea of using Cypher System rules for rolling.
Okay.
Jen, or
Yes.
Mech, as the case may be,
Right.
I'm going to be distracted by the chat right now. But also,
Okay.
I'm going to say that this is going to be a difficulty 3 roll. However,
Difficulty 3 roll.
yes.
Mhm.
However, you're getting help because Tex is on the other side with the hammer. So
Okay.
that brings down to difficulty 2. Is there anything
Okay.
that you have or can do that would make this easier?
I can use a great axe.
Difficulty 1.
Yeah? Okay. Cool. Do I need to
Okay.
roll a dice for that or just
You would be rolling a
how
die,
does this work?
and how Cypher
Okay.
System works is whatever the difficulty is, you multiply that by 3,
Mhm.
and that's your target number. So roll a d20 and get a 3 or higher.
Okay. All right. Actually got a 2.
Okay. Congratulations, you have successfully not cut off the head.
Right.
It is
Yep,
less
that is what
attached than
happened.
it was before. Also slightly mushed.
Right. Oops.
You might just have to have Majordomo Infrared come over to inspect the body.
Might be a good
I am
idea.
filled with joy every time I say the name Majordomo Infrared, because it speaks to how egotistical a young red dragon might be.
Mhm.
It's a horrible name, but they think it's cool, and I love them for it.
I do enjoy it that our red dragons seem to have a naming scheme of thing they picked that sounded cool.
Looking at you, Monty.
Yeah, we cut to
Oh,
Monty. We cut to Monty just doing like playing cards or something or reading a book. And he looks directly at the screen, shrugs, and then looks back to whatever he's doing. Like, okay,
I mean, fair.
I guess someone mentioned my name again. Fine. All right. That, in essence, is how Cypher System works. And while the roll was not a success, we might be able to do this. I mean, it hasn't failed yet.
Okay.
The strategy hasn't failed yet. So, I don't really want to go through these tunnels by myself. There might be more of the little baby things.
I'll come with you. We'll sneak.
Okay, so is it just the Rogue and the Rouge going down the tunnels to go get the Majordomo?
No, I'll follow.
You fly.
Yeah.
You
You do
fly,
not have
you
to worry
free.
about. You do not have to worry about your vibrations attracting the worms.
Well, you just have to walk without rhythm.
And since Cavill
You're
doesn't walk,
asking a bard to walk without rhythm?
Cavill flies.
Yes,
Yes.
with rhythm.
Okay,
I'm just gonna stay with Tex.
I'll stay with the worm.
okay. As you are approaching the chamber that you left the Majordomo in, you hear the unmistakable sounds of combat.
Oh, thank goodness I didn't go that way.
Sneak, sneak, sneak.
Give me...
Sneak faster.
Okay, so this is going to be a difficulty 2 task to sneak.
I would like to make that easier by pointing out that I have on my D&D sheet a stealth skill with a target number of 19.
Difficulty 1 task.
13.
Okay. Yeah. You are super silent. And
Mhm.
because this is technically not Cypher System, I get to roll for A.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you should get trolls for A anyway, because A is like the GM's PC in
A
the sense
A
that...
is the cannon fodder that the party adopted.
Yes.
A is named A because I didn't even name the kobolds in their clan.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's fine. Okay. So you sneak up and you see that Majordomo Infrared is on the ground. One of their wings is severely torn. And they are trying to bite and stomp several of the little baby core worms.
Do we roll for initiative?
You might want to, yes. Let me set things up for that.
Okay.
It's going to be funny because I'm using characters that are not the same characters.
Whatever works.
Yeah. Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. What I should have been doing, Shekri's just running in circles around people because trajectory. Boop, boop. Okay, rolling for initiative pretty much works the same way. Why is that? Why is it only showing Chadrick?
That's interesting.
Oh, I know.
Not showing no.
There we go.
Oh, there we are.
So now you can still go to the combat tab in Foundry if you're logged into Foundry and click the button.
I'm logged in, but nothing's happening there yet.
Okay.
You're not logged
You
in
can
on our
also-
end.
You
Okay.
yeah.
Reload.
Or you can just roll a die and I'll put the number in while we're waiting for that.
Okay. Got 2, unfortunately.
Got it.
My dice is not
Okay.
being nice to me. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, that's okay.
Mhm.
Because we can't just go by, oh, this all worked well with successes. We need some failures in there too to see if it works both ways.
Of course. And I apparently am posting the failures this time. So okay.
Well,
A failure on initiative rolls is better than many other things.
Yeah.
yeah.
It just means that
Mech
heavy hitters
got
win.
it too. The healer's going last. Granted, by healer, I mean if the leg is wounded, you can prevent it from getting gangrenous by chopping it off. It's Civil War medicine.
Oh, wow.
No. We're rolling initiative?
yes, the little cross swords.
Probably shouldn't be rolling as quartz.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's what we got.
Yeah. I can't see anything in
Blame
the
Foundry.
foundry at all. Yeah. I could try to reload it, I guess, but
Yeah, try to reload it.
there we go. Okay. That's better.
Good news, the healer's going first.
Yes, Millie, I'd like you to roll also, just because this way we can pop by to ask what you're doing in the narrative, even if you're deciding you're not going to be involved in that particular fight.
Do I still roll a d20?
Yes.
Yes.
It's,
Okay.
If you're in Foundry, you can just click on the icon next to your character in the combat tracker.
I don't have a character.
You do. You have
do.
Chadrick.
I mean, Chadrick.
The cross
He's in
sword.
there.
I can't control Chadrick.
Oh, well,
Oh.
that I
earlier.
will fix that. I will
That's
fix
what I
that
was
for
saying
you.
earlier.
That is a failure on my part, and I apologize for that. So, let's see. Well, I made Chadrick friendly, but that's not the same thing as giving this character to Millie.
Control. You must
Configure
transfer
ownership.
control. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it is in a totally different place from everything else, and that is why I didn't see it, that's why I forgot about it. Okay, but that doesn't mean that was right. You should now be the owner for Chadrick. Okay.
I am trying to get into the molten hosting thing, but it's telling me my password is not right, and
It wants your
what does
it
want?
wants the Super's game password now.
Oh, okay. Let me try again. All right, I'm just gonna reload.
And if not, we're primarily just using this for rolling dice.
Yeah, that's
So-
fine.
It's
Yeah, this isn't doing it, so I'll just roll dice. You know?
that's fine.
Yeah, it's not
the,
doing it.
The
I'm
major
just-
record keeping
yeah,
is in the PDF
done.
files.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
And I'm going to click on this and that. And this. 2, 4, 8. There we go. And now I can add them. All right. So with a short break to sort things out, we're back. And first up is not going to be trajectory because of the rule set we have open. It's actually going to be Tex, who doesn't. Well, I'm going to ask
I
you.
said don't use the 24.
Well, I used it anyway because you can't tell me what to do. Because you did say you had advantage and you had a skill. So, however, this is mitigated by the fact that you are several chambers away from the combat. So you don't hear anything.
Yes.
So you're hanging out with a dead core worm. That is.
So the thing is that Tex is really fast at having a conversation with me. Just so speedy.
So how about
Some-
them Knicks?
Oh, they'll buff out. I'm a horrible person. I'm here all week, though. All right. Next up is going to be Cavil, who was flying along and heard the same combat that the other two heard and sees the same thing. Majordomo Infrared is down and currently trying to fight several worms.
Oh no.
One of their wings is severely torn. so they can't even get back up again.
Majordomo down, officer down. No.
I mean, they could stand up. Their legs seem to be working just fine. They are trying to crush the core worm babies into paste, but there's a lot of them.
Mm.
So, Cavil,
Naughty.
what would you like to do?
The Majordomo is injured.
They are very obviously injured, yes.
I would like
To roll an insight check.
I would like to be able to see the description for my staff of healing.
That would make things easier, yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault. You didn't break Foundry.
Well,
I
if I remember
would
correctly, you
like
had like 10 charges
to-
and it does healing. So, yes.
Oh, I also have healing word. That's probably easier.
It's also worth noting
Because
that,
it does not require me to go up and poke poor infrared.
I mean, you'd have to walk over some core worms that are still moving. Oh, no, you fly. That's right.
Yes. So
would
I
match
would
the
like
pointy.
to heal Majordomo Infrared.
Okay. Nothing happens. You use the spell, it doesn't land.
Are we tracking spell slots?
For now, I'm going to say yes. Next up is Chadrick, who is having a delightful conversation with Tex.
Can I roll to see how much I know about them Knicks?
Sure. So
What do I gotta do for that?
this would be difficulty 3. Is there anything that Chadrick would have or know or could do that would mean that he'd be more likely to know about them Knicks?
Okay, so there's a few things. One, he's a frat bro. Frat bros
Okay.
know about sports. Second,
Okay.
I have a
Yes.
+4 to history, and I know that we're not using that for this, but it has to mean something.
It does. Because that's a skill. So it was difficulty 3. Because you're a frat bro, we're going to make it difficulty 2. Because you have some training in history, that makes it difficulty 1.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
That means,
Now-
like you said, that means a 3 or better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every roll is, every difficulty is multiplied by 3 to find out what the target number is. Yes.
Okay.
You've got this.
I did it.
You not just did it, you got a crit. So according to the chart here, if you roll an 18, you have done 2 additional damage to the Knicks.
Take them down from the inside. I talk about how horrible they were for trading their best player last season for a completely useless player.
See, this is why I wanted everyone in the initiative order, so we could go from combat and plot moving forward to, so how about sports
About
ball?
those Knicks.
And then go back to combat, because next up is hobby.
Hobby is going to find the closest core worm that is distracted and do a sneak attack. And she is, however, going to scream a battle cry, because that she's hoping it will be loud enough to alert people in the far corridors beyond. But she wants to do the sneak attack part.
Okay. Is it just a cry of anger and you will die, or are there words involved?
Oh, I think just shrieking "die" will work.
Okay. Or
Would you like me to make a angry cat scream, Crash?
I'd rather you didn't, because the levels will get clipped out horribly.
Probably, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, fighting these things is going to be difficulty 2.
Uh-huh. I'm a rogue. I have sneak attack. I have a dagger +2.
Well, sneak attack, I'm going to say that gives you sneak attack means you're
More
going to be doing
damage?
more damage.
Okay.
But the dagger being
Dagger +2?
magical, I would argue, could bring that down to difficulty 1. Also,
That sounds
the
reasonable.
dagger
Hmm?
in Cypher system, daggers are considered light weapons. Light weapons are ease. So the difficulty goes down by 1 when you're stabbing things with a dagger.
So I should just roll and not get a crit
Yeah.
fail.
Roll to see if you crit one way or the other.
An
You
18.
crit one way or the other. But that's an 18, yes. Now we're not joking by saying you do an additional 2 points of damage. I'm going to wing it and say that sneak attack does an additional 2 points of damage, how do you destroy a whole bunch of core worms at once? You're not getting all of them, but you're getting multiples.
No. In an extreme amount of Tasmanian devil cartoon style, jump in, slash through one. Oh, hey, that I found the weak point here. Oh, let's just slash through the next one that's right next to it, and possibly punt another one into the wall with, a nice on the backhand with the pommel.
Okay.
In one nice little shish bonk.
All right. Oh, cool. When I delete them from the map, they delete from combat tracker. Good to know.
Ooh.
Yes. So the worms are turned towards you because you have.
Oh my.
Well, yes.
You attempted to get the attention of others. Good news, you have succeeded.
That's why I have paladin levels. Where's A?
Okay.
Is A on the combat tracker?
A is not on the combat tracker because I forgot to make A.
Mm.
I will fix that.
Fresh! You forgot to make our very favorite NPC.
This also means that A can take no damage and therefore will not die.
Okay, that's fair. That's
You
fair.
will never die in my heart. And also, we already knew that.
Also, if A dies, I know that several of you will hunt me down.
Yes. Look, A already was making death checks early on, and we saved A. We saved them.
Yes, you did. Well, A rolled high on stealth and hasn't had a turn yet, so A is still hidden. Oh, one of the...
Good for A.
There's 3 swarm groups left. One of those groups is still going after the Majordomo, because they were already biting the Majordomo, so they figured, well, food in mouth, keep chewing.
Mm-hmm.
Food over there, chew later. But 2 of the groups are going towards you. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is roll a difficulty 2 to avoid getting chomps.
I would like to invoke my... Where is it? Either the feline agility, the uncanny dodge. That's a reaction.
Ah, well, uncanny dodge is more for avoiding... Oh yeah. It's for mitigating damage.
Yep.
The more I try to combine these two, the more I feel like I'm taking these 2 systems and, wrapping them in baling twine and duct tape.
And telling them to kiss. I rolled a 6. Tell me if that
6 will
works.
do it. A 6, you didn't even need uncanny dodge
Oh, good.
because it was difficulty 2. And that's exactly what you needed.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well.
Yeah, Millie, that's the other thing for Cypher System. As the GM, I don't get to roll anything. The players roll to do damage, the players roll to avoid damage.
So that means that you can't kill me with a cotton candy machine?
You would be rolling
In truth,
to
you would end up
avoid
killing
myself
yourself.
with it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It would be your dice.
I'm still going to find a way to blame you if I died to a cotton candy machine.
I mean, that's fair. I think that's fair. I'll
It's
help-
okay,
I'll
your
help you
dad
blame
destroyed
Crash
it.
for that.
You better believe it.
The cat person's down. Guess I'll do maximum damage. I could heal the cat person, but no, I'm just going to keep attacking.
He knew I was worth protecting after I got a natural 20 on powdered sugar on my elephant ear roll.
This is a callback, and I love it. And the ciphers that you were acquiring from that, like the AOL CD, those are all from Cypher System.
Who knew that America Online was from a gaming system?
Now we know. A little star with a rainbow coming out from behind it.
You
flies
got
over my
mail
head.
indeed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, there's one more worm that is doing an attack at Hobby. So, Hobby, give me another D20 roll for difficulty 2.
Do I get to invoke? I'll invoke it.
I will allow it. But with a 15, you don't need it.
Indeed.
All right. You have successfully avoided worms with nasty pointy teeth.
Hobby probably jumped very high in the air to make the dodge.
I just rolled an 18 for A. I'm just going to say A is going at the same time as the worms because all my NPCs. That makes sense. So A does the same thing that you did when you rolled an 18 and takes out one of the swarms.
So, hey,
Next up is
Rogue
not Zombie
power.
Storms because different game. Next up is
Different
Mech.
game. Yes.
Yes, Mech. You have heard the sound of a very angry tabaxi.
Okay. I'm gonna go run down the hall and see if I can help out.
Okay.
See what my dice decide to do this time. I got a 13 this time.
You got a what?
woo,
13.
13.
Okay. So usually I'm going to say it is a good idea to hear what the difficulty is before you just roll.
Oh, well.
So you can argue it down.
Do you want me to reroll?
But you are no, because a 13's gonna
Okay.
do it.
Oh,
and
cool.
then some.
All right.
Yes. Getting distracted by chat again. Stop looking at the chat, Crash.
It's
But I
okay.
need to look at the chat because there's important conversation happening in the chat, but also distracting things happening in chat because
It's a
we're a
gift.
bunch of chaos goblins. It's who we are.
Mhm. Yep.
Hey, Burp's not even in this game.
All right. So I go
I love
running down
this.
the hallway to
Okay. Yeah. The roll was not to see if you can run because clearly you can.
Oh, I
The
knew
roll
that,
was to
but
see if
I
you
mean,
can go all out to get to the source of the commotion at the end by the end of your turn.
right. Yeah, and
I
I'm
will
assuming
say-
that she heard all the noise down there, and so she's just kind of getting there quickly if she can.
Oh, yeah.
And then
And-
beating up something. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
everyone else heard it too, but you're just the first in. You were the next in the initiative order of the stay behind and guard the worm corpse group.
Mhm. Yeah.
To be able to do something. Otherwise, you would have been able to get in the last word about them Knicks.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a 13. What does that do
Yeah.
for me?
It means that you are face to face with a very injured Majordomo Infrared, and 1 second,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and many baby core worm corpses, but also a couple groups of them that are attacking. One group seems to be trying to go after Hobby. One group seems to be going after Majordomo Infrared.
Okay.
Now-
Mhm.
Let me look something up. Yes, that is a spot on the bingo card.
Mhm. I forgot about this.
Yes. So there are rules for movement in Cypher System that are slightly different from D&D, where if you're going to run a
Okay.
distance and then do an action, you have to beat a roll.
Mhm.
You beat the roll with a
Okay.
13.
All right.
So you can strike out at one of these groups of worms if you wish.
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay.
Do
This
I roll
is
again?
difficulty 2.
Or
Yeah, this is a
difficulty
different
2?
roll. Difficulty 2,
This is a
unless you
different
have
roll.
something. Yeah, well, this is a roll to attack. Before was a roll to run
roll to
and be
attack.
able to do something.
okay. Let's see what we got here.
engage raid protocols.
Yes.
I got a 19 on this one.
Um, how do you
Different dice.
atomize these worms? Because
I
your battle
think-
axe is a heavy
Yeah, go ahead.
weapon. Heavy weapons do
It sure is. Yeah.
heavy weapons do 6 points of damage without any mitigating
Okay.
factors.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is use the battle axe as a flat surface and just like smash all the worms I see with it, or step on them, one or the other.
Okay. You could have instead
Mhm.
taken the +3 damage from rolling a 19 and done a minor effect instead,
Oh,
which could
well.
have involved damaging an object, distracting, knocking back, moving past, striking a specific
Mhm.
body part. But you're
right.
destroying
But
the
this is
entire
Mac
group.
and she's angry. Yeah.
Also,
Mhm.
they're dead. Using that ability to knock them back, they're already dead. Stop! They're already dead. Yes.
Okay. All right.
If it's not obvious, I did not design the core worm babies to be end bosses. They are cannon fodder. They are definitely cannon fodder.
Okay.
All
right.
Next up is Tex. You have also heard the very angry cry of a tabaxi.
Do you think we
Don't
should
leave
check
me,
that out?
Tex. Don't leave me.
I wasn't planning on leaving you, but I thought perhaps we should check it out.
Okay. Okay.
I will make certain you stay relatively uninjured.
Okay.
I guess we'll take off down the hall.
Okay. If you want to just get there, it doesn't require a roll. If you want to get there and have time to hit during your turn, you'll need to, what did I say earlier? Well, 13 beats it, but you will have to beat difficulty 4. So you have to roll 12 or higher.
No. I will prioritize making sure Chadrick is safe on the way back.
Okay. You're the line leader.
Yep.
Everyone hold on to the rope.
I'm holding on to the teacher's hand. I'm the runner.
I mean, I figured I might just carry Chadrick, but
Be careful, because I can totally see a future where you have a platform installed on your shoulders so that Chadrick and A can ride comfortably on installed chairs. There may or may not be a mini fridge.
magic item, how to. Anyway, that's my turn.
We're up to Cavil, who has learned that healing spells don't work on Majordomo Infrared.
Baffling.
There is one swarm group left, and the Majordomo seems to be attacking a group that's already dead, but has not realized that they are.
The amusing thing is that the does
I'm going
not
to
realize.
cast Spirit Guardians and land next to Majordomo Infrared.
What does Spirit Guardians do? Because I cannot see that right now.
One moment. You call forth spirits to protect you. They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration. Then there's a bunch of stuff about alignment, but like they're fiendish spirits because I'm a fiend pact warlock. But my alignment does not come into this. Okay.
Okay. So,
When you cast the spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see to be unaffected by it. An affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time or on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d8 necrotic damage. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage.
all right. So here's what I'm going to say, because I'm technically not supposed to make the rolls. This is difficulty 2. Do you have anything that would bring that roll down, or do you want to roll a 6 or higher?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, roll a d20.
I don't know what might bring it down.
And sometimes there won't be something. So just roll a d20. And that is a 7, which is over a 6. Congratulations. Because I cannot be bothered to roll for all the groups that were hiding, you hear the sounds of many core worms nearby dying, because there were some that were under the ground, but within range.
Oh, nice job.
Yeah. Well done with the AoE. Majordomo Infrared is... Oh my gosh, Ellie. Majordomo Infrared is not, in fact, 4 mutant turtles that are teenagers trained as ninjas. But I appreciate the graphic.
But it will stand.
There is an entire bot that just finds every Wikipedia page that has the same amount of syllables and makes them all into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo.
Yes, and I love it.
it.
It's the best.
And now all of our dear listeners are aware of this as well, if they weren't already, which makes it even better. So we are going to be out of combat. Chadrick, you arrive behind Tex just to see that the threats have all been eliminated.
Man, I am so good at this. Also, I spent this entire time trying to find a specific image and I couldn't, which made me sad. But in the Marvel Rivals game, the Marvel version of Overwatch, they have a team up that if you're Groot, you can hold Rocket Raccoon and Jeff the Shark on your shoulders and walk around with them. And that's what I was thinking about with Tex.
That sounds wonderful.
This is the best image I could find, but like I was trying to find the picture of them sitting on Groot's shoulders because that's all I could think of.
Cool.
All right.
Fair.
So,
no,
don't be.
image.
It's the number of times I've digressed or found a certain image to share, I'd be hypocritical to be upset. All right. So,
also, I very much want to sorry.
No, you go.
I was going to say also when I get down there and I see that, I also do very purposefully pull out my weapon so it looks like I was ready. I want everyone to know that, to at least think that I was willing to help with this battle.
Oh, you've helped before. I mean, if one of these worms had been
Yeah,
able
kill
to
Steel.
hurt a friend, you've been able to kill Steel.
No,
Yes.
exactly. I was about to ask if anyone got damaged.
Majordomo Infrared appears to be very damaged. The hide is torn in several places. The wing is the one of the wings is really messed up. There's little bites all over the legs, so you can start to see the wooden support beams inside. Oh, there's wooden support beams in the legs.
Is this like
Wait,
the
what?
dragon, poison dragon thing that we found before?
Nope. This Majordomo Infrared up until now appeared to be a red dragon.
Oh.
Still
is this the
somewhat
Wizard of
resembles a red
Oz?
dragon.
1 second.
Majordomo, you appear to be having a costume malfunction.
Uh-oh. I mean, what do you mean? I'm badly injured. Don't look.
I'm reading his mind.
You can't. Because there are, in
Wow.
fact, 3.
I am reading one mind. I don't
There's
care
more
which.
than
I don't
one
care
mind
if
in
it's the
there.
head or the neck or the legs.
There is no mind in the head.
I'm just imagining that it's like that horse costume with 2 people.
Similar.
Yeah, I find a mind and I read one of them.
But A
Okay.
isn't part of that.
I'm over here.
And mind.
A1 mind. All right, you latch onto a mind and read it, and what you get are a bunch of calculations that make your head hurt because math, not because of anything magical about it. But
anyways, sorry.
the calculations are all along the
Finish.
lines of, what do I need to do to fix this thing? The boss can't find out.
I do turn to everyone else. I'm like, there's more than one person in there.
No, there
Well,
isn't.
I
Oh,
have a disguise kit.
There's more than one of you. You can't hide that from me unless you have 3 brains in one body.
Oh, that would be
perhaps you're
fascinating.
just not used to how powerful a dragon's brain is.
I've already read another
I also
dragon
have
brain.
proficiency in a disguise kit. Here, I can help.
Let me pull
What,
open something.
Aw.
Also, I have a plus 11 to my perception.
at this point, I am not going to require rolls to reveal some specific information. One is a disguise kit is not enough to do repairs on this because there's some structural portions that have been damaged. Also, some of the spots that have been damaged seem to have been covered with real dragon scales, and disguise kits don't tend to come with those. Everyone is very much aware that this is, in fact, a costume. Well, a surprisingly well done costume. Like, looked like a red dragon from the outside until people carved it open, and by people, I mean core worms.
I mean, if you guys just wanted to go into the dragon movie theater, you didn't need to be 3 guys in a trench coat. The movie will come out to home theaters soon enough.
Poppy's just going to sneak up and sort of pull down the jaw gently and peer in.
So you do this, and what you don't see is a throat. Instead, what you see is some type of nozzle that might be used to eject flame.
Ooh.
There's even a little pilot light.
Is the pilot light on?
It's flickering.
Okay.
Scoot out of the way of that.
A disguise kit might not be enough to fix the costume, but would it maybe be enough to close up the wounds such that they look at least sort of like scars, so that maybe the kobolds will get in less trouble for showing that they're that
Are you
it's
saying this
costume.
out loud?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm talking to the DM.
Okay. So, I mean, there's some stuff in the disguise kit that you might be able to use to patch parts of it and color parts of it, but the damage is extensive, and it would be putting a band-aid on an axe wound.
I have a question.
I
Yes.
just want to make it look like the kobolds might have successfully covered up what they are. not
Oh,
fix
certainly.
the costume.
I'm just wondering, since I have, in past sessions, successfully knitted an entire baby Bjorn during one fight, I am just wondering if that means I have enough sewing proficiency to help them sew together at least something.
That is a possibility, although you would need the material to sew. Or, in this case, knit, because Baby Bjorn.
Are there any
the dragon right
scraps
now
left around?
appears to be having an argument with itself.
What if we wrap it in bandages?
I've got string.
Like, wrap it in
There's-
bandages and then, like, you know, like, connect it to the skin.
The
Pull out the
argument
string,
is
hand it
about... There's a voice in there saying that they need to get some fresh air, it's stuffy. And like, no, we can't drop our cover.
Well, then we poke in some breathing holes.
I think there are too many breathing holes.
Yeah, that is part of the
That is
problem.
Hey, do any of y'all have more dragon skin in there?
Well, not here specifically, but shh, don't give our secret. I mean, I don't know what
I
you're...
can read your
Oh,
mind.
give it a
Where
rest,
is it?
Scarlet.
I can literally read your mind. Where is it?
The back of the dragon opens up, and
Of course, that's where the entrance is.
a very large kobold, one might even call them a swobold, climbs out, lands on the ground, and then does that whole thing where they put their hands in the small of their back and lean backwards, and you hear a bunch of pops. And then two other kobold heads pop up from inside the dragon. One of them is wearing goggles.
I nod my head at them.
So,
I'm also still trying to find all of my sewing stuff out of my pockets. Or knitting, or whatever this is gonna need.
one of the kobolds that's still inside the dragon waves and says, "So, hi, my name's Ruby. I'm an artificer. And, that's Brick. Yo. And, the one who still thinks that we can convince you that this is a real dragon is Scarlet. I'm
Hi,
just saying there's a
Scarlet.
chance.
I literally can read your mind.
No, you can't.
That's literally what my race does.
They are attempting a deception. I'm not going to require you to roll against it.
Thank you.
No, I get it. Never give up the act.
Yeah, I mean, kudos for determination, but come on, I'm trying to help you here.
Scarlet is a bard, for the record.
Aww. And the one who's been doing the talking.
Yes. So, you seem to already be kind of interested in helping us, fix the damage. So, thanks. But, we're gonna need some additional supplies. Fortunately, I think I might know where we can get them. Good thing, they're very close. Bad thing, we can't let the boss find out that we're not actually a dragon. The Red Death hired a Majordomo that was a young red dragon, not 3 kobolds in a dragon costume. I mean, it seemed like a cushy job from the start. Not a lot of adventurers actually die here. So, you just talk to a bunch of people and someone tries to throw a magical ring or something into the lava and then we yell at them for a bit. But
Makes sense.
But also, the Red Death is a big red dragon. So, don't want them to know that we lied on our resume. Yes, Ellie, you
So
see
you
the
need us to
gold
go-
exclamation point appear over... Actually, in this case, it's Ruby's head. But yes.
Here's the quest.
Yeah.
No, fetch.
So-
Oh no, fetch quest.
Yes. So, most of this looks like it can be patched together with stuff that Ruby already has. But you're going to need some authentic dragon scales. Fortunately, this is the home of a red dragon. There's a refuse pile that
Who
you can
sheds
go
scales?
to and get some discarded red dragon scales and bring them over. And they can give you directions to that, which will do totally theater of the mind because Foundry.
Can I also, when we get there, make a dragon chainmail? I'm just Chadrick's really expressing his creativity. He's trying some new avenues.
We're gonna need a bunch of red dragon scales, but also it's a refuse pile. It's a garbage dump. You want to root in there for more stuff. That's a you thing.
I was more of asking the DM if I could somehow magically make some like a dragon scale shirt just for funsies.
It might
Dragon
not have any
scale
armor
armor
value.
has been made in the past for player characters from a red dragon corpse, actually. It can be done, but I can tell you it would take you a month of work.
I'm perfectly okay with it failing.
Oh no, that's in the 2014 rules, the 2024 rules of D&D. We're just going to set those over there and say, yes, there's rules there too. And we're not going to talk about those right now. But the 2014 rules for D&D, you can make a magical item, which dragon scale armor would be considered. It does take you about a month to do, though.
Okay, so I have something to do with my hands when we're stuck traveling.
Exactly. Technically, you're not supposed to be adventuring when you're doing it because it's supposed to be like a day's worth of work each day, and that takes a month. But we're going to hand wave that to be a future problem.
Yeah, I just want it known that when I am doing it, I'm going to make a design by flipping some of the scales over so it's a different color. And I'm going to make a shape. Probably A's head.
Oh.
Or A's name, it'll be for A.
So you're going to be wearing a scarlet suit, but the A is not going to be scarlet because you flipped the.
Yeah, it's going to be like silver or
scales over.
something. Like
you will not have a
the
scarlet A.
backside of-
Understood.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. You're going to have a large red shirt with an A on. You will be Alvin. You will be Alvin. Oh, no. Chadwick equips hula hoop.
I mean, it would fit in with the rest of my weapons.
This amuses me greatly. We're also going to need some sulfur, which it builds up around the volcano. There's a pile of it. We sort of scrape it off to the sides, just, keep things neat. Every now and then we have adventurers do that as a quest because it's not a fun job. And you got to get to level 1, something to do. So there's a pile of that near the refuse heap, but, not in the refuse heap because we've been using that for things. So if you bring those back, we should be good. And if you run into the Red Death, say you're here to solve the core worm problem because you are. And if you mention us, don't say anything about us.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about how cool of a dragon you are. Like, such a cool dragon.
No. Don't say anything about us.
What if they specifically ask about us? Are we supposed to pretend we didn't run into you?
The Majordomo sent us on a quest?
You could say that. That's true.
We're hunting core worms. Right.
The Red Death is really good at understanding when you're lying.
Oh.
So don't make up anything.
We're on a quest from the Majordomo.
Yeah. Don't lie, but maybe wipe your feet on the truth.
Okay, domo arigato.
No, Majordomo, not Domo Arigato.
And we've been recording for just over an hour, so what do you say we take a short break?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Button.
We have returned. This was a very short break, like almost instantaneous. It's amazing how fast that break went past. Definitely not multiple weeks.
Definitely not.
I don't know why anyone's looking at me in an accusatory manner, but that's weird. Anyway, so you have been given your quest. The giant red exclamation point has turned into a question mark, but it's grayed out. You have not completed the objectives yet. You have been told that the rubbish heap and the sulfur pit are both to the north. It's just a narrow stretch of road between the lava and the wall. You can make that trip easy.
So we don't have to split the party.
You do not have to split the party.
We will not
if you want to.
The urge to split the party to be annoying.
You wouldn't be annoying the GM. The GM would just double the dangers.
Yeah, well.
I want to see how good I am at knitting these things together. Ooh. I have decided that that's the thing that I am going to be doing.
Knitting?
Well, apparently,
we'll have to get extra.
Scale mail is kind of sort of a combination of ring mail and you're putting the scales on top of it. If I could be wrong about this. So you could, in theory, use some metal wire which is redundant, but never mind about that, and knit that into a
imagining.
shirt, and then attach a lot of dragon scales to it.
I'm imagining that Chadrick is gonna do more of like sequins when you were like 6, and like bedazzle it with like sequins that are also scales.
Yeah, so I was way older than 6 when the Bedazzler came out, but thank you for reminding me that I was way older than 6 when the Bedazzler came out. You're a good kid.
Like in the mindset of like a 6-year-old girl who wants to sparkle something. That's the mindset I'm getting into.
I love everything about this. Although my knee-jerk comment was, I don't know what it was like to be a 6-year-old girl. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not our fault, Crash.
No, it's not. Oh, Ellie, what have you found? No, I refuse. That's horrid. That's absolutely horrid. The amount of time it would have taken to put that together. Anyway, A has marched off towards the refuse pit, assuming that nothing can horribly go wrong.
Bobby
And Tex
is
has followed.
following, and
Mac is following behind the two.
He's following A around.
Yeah.
Indigan. There we go.
That's
I
correct.
heard that.
I heard a bird.
I heard
Hello, bird.
I heard a screech that I assume was a bird or someone being murdered.
Yes.
It could have been both.
Nope.
Follow someone somewhere, but I'm lagging.
I will Kool-Aid man you.
Thanks.
Ignore the fact that you are going into the lava. It's fine.
I mean, it is fine. I can fly over the lava.
Hobby did try to do a stealth check for what good it does for whatever perception those horrible critters have.
Remember the fact that I already had a fantastic charisma roll to distract everyone, if I remember correctly.
Might be.
So Chadwick is prepared to charm people with his charming
So
self.
everyone else can run behind me while no one's paying attention. Yes.
Hobby is the one who's going to be hiding behind others with a 12 on the stealth check. Tex is the one that everyone's going to be hiding behind with a 6 on the stealth check.
Everybody does the Scooby-Doo thing from out behind Tex.
Fair.
Yes.
Fair.
Except for Chadrick and A, who are currently riding on top of Tex in a howdah. As has been established. Look, a lot of things happened during the break, and one of them was A and Chadrick had a bonding experience where they built a howdah that was sized to fit Tex. Or with a few modifications, mech. I will not click on the other channels that people are posting things in. I will not click on those channels. I will not be distracted by that. All right, so you have come to a room that is fairly long and kind of wide, but this is also the room that it looks like if there's any garbage that is not being thrown directly into the lava, they throw it here. There are food scraps. There are bits of somewhat charred armor. There's like the hilt of a sword that looks like for a brief moment was a lightsaber. Very brief moment.
Crash
And-
cut out entirely for me.
And there's a lot of organic material. This appears to be also for compost, although there's a lot of non-compostables added in here because of the philosophy of, it's not my problem. The underlings who throw things in the refuse pit are not getting paid enough to sort their recyclables properly. I mean, here's a plastic container that has the little recycle sign on it with a 2, and it's in the same pit as one that has a 5, a 7, and this one says 23. Is that?
I don't think that one's recyclable.
I don't think that one is either. Also, it appears to be ceramic. And none of you sees my hand gestures when I do this.
It's tragic.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Ellie. Tex, having rolled a 7 perception, which I can verify, Tex rolled a 7 perception, keeps accidentally stepping on dragon scales. Crunch. Oops. Crunch. Sorry about that. Crunch. Well, now that one was covered in tortilla chips. It looks like someone tried to make nachos with it. I refuse to take responsibility for that one. It was actually being used as the bowl for the salsa.
So I just got a 26 for my perception, and first of all, I want Chadrick, everyone to know this, but also Chadrick is on the lookout for good things to add to his scale bedazzle machine.
Okay. Roll 2d6 for me.
2d6, you said?
Yes. That's going to be how many
Okay.
dragon scales you found.
4.
Okay. One more, and you can complete that part of the fetch quest. But if you want to make a dragon scale shirt as well, you're going to need 21 more. I'm going to say you need 20 scales that you can rearrange, which is...
Boo.
That would be way too few, but we're talking about quite a large dragon. So you can size them. All right. Hobby, roll me
There's
2d6.
a per roll.
And Cavill, roll me 1d6 because of your respective perception checks.
Very nice, Cavill. Cavill rolled a 6.
I am opening
Hobby
up
rolled
notes
an 8.
because I'm not going to remember these numbers otherwise. 4 plus 8 plus 6. Okay. So, yeah, you've got more than enough dragon scales to do the quest portion, but now you're all helping Cavill with his quest to knit the best Christmas sweater ever.
Chadrick, not Cavick.
Excuse
Not
you.
Cavill.
Yes.
Chadrick is the person who knits in this group.
They both begin with C.
Hobby crochets.
So
I
Hobby
does
stab.
Cookie,
crochets.
but we're not talking about Cookie Monster here.
I suppose I should have the NPC roll for something. I got a rock. They find several
beautiful
shards. A finds several shards of dragon scale that appear to be shaped like the foot of a giant war mech.
Oh.
Whoops.
Warforged, or is it someone else's Warforged?
Well, no one can say for sure. And the fact that the footprints lead over to where Tex is circumstantial evidence at best.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to leave the answer still unknown. Gotcha.
Yeah. Ellie, what did you find? And is this from the 80s?
The 90s, I think. And it's someone stepping on a series of cans to flatten them.
While somebody's playing a percussion instrument and a guitar in the background. So they're doing this to music.
Yep.
If you think about it, that is a pretty good, solid beat then, because they're doing it to tempo. So I can see how that can be useful, but it's just an interesting choice of percussion.
I mean, it was an era. Things happened.
Yeah, true.
Yes. That is one thing that one can definitely say about the 90s. It was an era.
And things happened.
And things happened. Can't say that about any particular decade, but that decade specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anyone else want to make a
Things sure
perception
did
check?
happen.
Sure.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see. Perception. Got a
All right.
16. Nope, I
That's
got a
it.
20. Got a 20.
Yep, with your bonus, you got a 20. Roll 2d6.
Okay. 2d6.
For the record, anyone rolling 20 or over is getting to roll an additional d6. And that's
I got 2 ones. Yep.
good news. You have found exactly enough to make a shirt of dragon scale armor.
Awesome. Can you imagine
So
how
long
intimidating
as-
that would be?
So long as you do not complete the quest to help Majordomo Infrared.
Okay.
What if we find just a few more? Just a
If-
few more.
You need 5 more. And then you can do both.
Do I need to roll again?
You would need to look again.
or have I
yes.
already run out of my ability?
Well,
Okay.
it's a matter of time. This is now taking longer. I'm sure no ramifications will happen for taking longer in the refuse pit.
Okay, so the thing is, how about this? I start to knit the shirt for our friends, and then I keep an eye out, because I can always make a dragon shirt when I'm on my free time.
Tex rolled a nat 20.
I can always...
Oh, wow.
Tex holds up.
Okay, Tex,
A
you win your way
pristine-
through tortilla chips to, legalize.
It's Hobby also got a 25. Hobby and Tex both got 25s. But Texas
Hey.
was from a natural 20. Tex holds up a pristine, gigantic red dragon scale that when you hold it just right, the light on it appears to refract in a way where it looks like it has the letter A on it.
That
Ooh. We
Millie,
should
you
make
cut
this
out.
like into a shield.
I said that I know what we're gonna do with that one, and what we're gonna do with that one is make a Christmas sweater out
If
of
you do
dragon
that,
scales.
if you do that, you will not be able to complete the other. Well, actually, no, hold on. Hobby and Tex both roll me 2d6. Let's see if everyone rolls once.
Thanks, Crash. You jinxed it.
There we go. Come on.
Okay,
That's 11
so you've
more.
got 29. So you've got to complete what Chadwick wants to do and what Ruby wants to do. You found enough plus an additional 4 dragon scales.
Awesome. That means I can save those to make bracelets later. Friendship bracelets. Anyways.
The friendship bracelets will be resistant to fire damage. Not the person wearing them, though. Just the bracelet.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get knitting. I'm gonna get crocheting and knitting. I'm gonna make some clothing.
Tex, the rubbish pit that you're on top of, it's mostly level, but you feel it shifting under your feet.
Incoming.
The good news is Tex cannot be surprised. So this is not catching Tex unaware. This is Tex noticing something before a bad thing happens.
Yes. I will take a jump to the left.
Okay. And you rolled a 21 unprompted for an athletics check. So, all right. You take a jump to the left as a lot of the garbage slides to the right. And tentacles rise up from where you were standing.
It's the scrawl.
Because the trash compactor has to have.
Mhm.
Yes.
There has to be a monster in the rubbish pit. Yes.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I've thrown something like this at the party before, but not in this campaign. In a previous Kobold campaign.
Trying to remember how long ago that was.
It was the one where the whole party started chanting sewage elemental.
Oh,
yes.
okay, yeah, that was Matt's start because he was playing a mage or something.
He was playing a wizard. And Ellie, you've started
Oh,
saying
yeah.
something a few times. What were you saying?
You did say there was like biological waste in here.
Yeah.
Then we have Chadrick's worst nightmare.
No.
The bathroom is where the combat's happening.
No.
If you don't have inspiration, you have inspiration.
Oh.
Chadrick, quick, run and hide in the trash.
Into the compost.
Oh, no.
But no, I can't because that would ruin my project. This is a pickle I'm in.
All right. Well, also roll for initiative.
Oh.
The monster rolled a nat 20, by the way.
Ugh.
No.
Oh, wow.
That's
In
rough.
Foundry, you can really zoom in on that art.
I can't roll for initiative. It has me as initiative 8.
Yeah.
I didn't roll that. That was the last
Chadrick
time
was-
I rolled.
Yeah, Chadrick was the only one who hadn't rolled initiative.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do.
I
I'm
joined
going to
in.
end combat, and I'm going to start it again. So that way you can all
we
get
have to
your
try
rolls.
again? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
you.
it was
Really good
carrying
roll.
over initiative from a previous combat, and that doesn't sound fair.
Why that plus 0.11?
That's your dexterity. That way,
Oh.
if 2 people roll the same, the dexterity is the tiebreaker.
I just knocked someone's dice out of the way.
Yeah, it happens.
It's not physics-based,
Yeah.
though, so it doesn't actually hurt anything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go in front of Mech.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not roll a nat 20 this time for the monster. So Cavil and Mech, it says they still need to roll. So,
Jen,
Mech rolled a
click on
1d20.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen rolled a 1d20? 19. Okay, what's your
Yeah.
bonus? Okay, so 22, it looks like. I'll put that in manually. Update combatant.
Cute.
Did we ever actually get the short rest that I asked for?
I mean,
I would say
that
that
break was a long time.
I would say that the time you were spending talking with Ruby about what you needed could count as a short rest. So sure,
Okay.
I'm going to hit my short rest then before I do anything else.
that's wise. Anyone else who wants to press
Yeah.
short rest, go ahead. I know that people with warlock abilities don't ever want to press short rest.
I would press short rest, except I can't get at my character sheet.
Foundry,
Okay, there we
play
go.
nice. Play nice, Foundry. Or conversely, Play nice, EOS Internet.
Yeah, I was about to say Foundry is actually cooperating for once. So let's not make it angry and think it's not doing enough.
Yay!
Okay. Good news, everyone. The healer's going last. And in this
Mhm.
case, well, Cavil does have the ability to heal.
Next, do you want to go first or shall I?
I'll go first.
Okay.
What's really funny to me is in this group saying the healer's going last. Well, all but one of the party members, not including the helper NPC, have an ability to heal.
Mhm.
Mech can put you out of your
Okay, but
misery.
like, which
It's
one
not
of
the
us
same
will
thing.
use it?
What? Sorry, I missed that. What?
Well, I was saying how many people in this party have the ability to heal. So if any of you's going last, we can say the healer's going last and actually mean it.
Ah, got it.
Unless it's Mech.
I was saying
because-
that I might have the ability to heal, but who says I'm ever going to use it?
If A goes down.
Yep, single reason.
We know.
I am technically correct, which is the
Text.
best kind of correct.
Text goes.
Yes.
Okay.
And you are fighting an Otyug, which is probably pronounced differently, but I cannot be bothered to look up the name. It sounds like that creature is naming itself with all the stuff in its mouth.
And we do mean ugh.
I assume an 11's not going to hit. What about a 17?
You know what? If I look at a stat that is not armor class, it doesn't get me what I want to know. A 17 will hit.
Oh, okay. Then I'm using a goading attack.
No, it's an Otyug, not a goat.
No. I am goading it.
You're not a goat. You're a warforged.
No, I'm turning it into a goat.
You know polymorph?
It is a.
Ooh. You took levels of wizard. Nice.
Move.
I'm going to stop being obtuse and have you do your goading attack and do damage, not take damage. Okay, 19 points of goading damage applied.
And it has to make a DC 17 wisdom throw. Wisdom save.
It throws its wisdom. Roll to dodge.
Now that it doesn't have it anymore, it has to make a save.
That's
no.
a nat 20.
Oh no.
Okay.
Second nat 20
I don't know
from
why I
me
use
for
this
the-
ability. It has never once worked.
You had
dice
a
hate
fairly
it.
good chance. You had a fairly good chance, but not against a nat 20.
Yeah.
Wow. I was really not expecting that. 5% chance means it never happens. All right.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
Yeah, what the heck? If it'll let me do it.
Action surge. Let's do it again.
Yes.
The 22 and 20 are both going to lightly graze it.
I am going to try that goading attack again.
What are the odds? Never tell me the odds.
Murphy's Law.
Would you accept a 9?
No, I'm afraid not. Oh, it didn't do the thing. That's another 19 damage.
Okay. I'm going to
And-
put in the -6 because it didn't do the thing properly. There we go. And this time the goading attack works. On a failure, the target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than you until the end of your next turn. It reaches through the fourth wall to attack Ellie directly.
Run, Ellie, run.
Boo intercedes. Right, and that's an additional 10 damage.
And the other one is a distracting strike for another 10 damage. And the next attack roll by an attacker other than me has advantage.
You
Oh,
giveth
very nice.
and you
Thank
taketh away, but not to the same person. All right.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Hobby, it is also your turn, since you both got a 22 for initiative.
That thing is big
Quite large, yes.
and annoying.
Actually, you can't see all of it.
And-
It's not all out from underneath the refuse yet. You see the mouth, you see some forelimbs, and 3 tentacles, one of which has eyes on it.
Really? Eyes.
The other 2 look worse.
Did I get my abjure back on a... No, not that one. I mean, vow. Okay. That's all under channel. The Okay, when do I get my okay, when do I get my channel divinity back? Short rest or long rest?
I don't remember.
Unfortunately, neither do I. And it's not.
A short or long rest.
Oh, well, in that case, while
But which is
we
it?
were all hearing our quest stuff, Hobby was lounging around. Hobby is therefore going to Vow of Enmity that sucker.
Hobby is filled with visions of this thing popping out of a litter box.
This thing is terrible and it needs to go down. Which is, I suppose, in this case, going to be screaming, "Die, you horrible thing," as she sneak attacks. I think I can sneak attack. Oh, yes, I can sneak attack because you see, when I do the Vow of Enmity, I gain advantage on attack rolls after it. So let's see if I can hit it.
It's also
we should
currently
say that's on
engaged
next
with the
round.
party member.
Huh?
You also currently have advantage on your next attack roll.
Yes.
Yeah, but this thing lasts for a minute. Wait,
yeah,
if I
but you
have
don't need it
advantage,
this round. You should do it next round.
okay, I'll save it till next round. That's probably better because that lets me get a better thing out, which is
Use your bonus action for something that it doesn't, that you don't already have.
well, that just sucks. Oh, I get to roll that one again because of
Yes.
because I get to do that one. Let's see if I can make a better one. Son of a billy goat.
So I felt the first time.
So we have the goading attack
Well, I
and
have
the
my
son
shadow
of a
blade.
goading attack. All right. So your shadow blade goes snicker snack, but it does not, in fact, connect.
Wish,
You look
wish,
cool doing it,
wish,
though.
wish. Thanks. Well, at least I
Wait a
have
minute.
it.
Was that rolled at advantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hobby doesn't get 2
12.
attacks.
That's right. Okay. Well, it was a worthy attack.
Criffing at 12. Yeah.
Mech, would you like to engage rage protocols?
Of course. That's the first thing she's going to do is engage the rage protocols. And then
Engage
she's
the
going
rage.
to exactly, yes. She's made for that. She might be the last of her kind, but you know. Let's see. So we've done the rage thing. What else am I gonna do? I'm a little off today, so give me a break. But
All right. Well, my assumption, let's see, let's go to your
Mhm.
character sheet.
Mhm.
And we're going to scroll through the wrong part of your character sheet.
Oh.
Because, of course, I'm going to. All right. So we're going to use your rage ability for one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No resources available. It says uses 4 of 4 and no uses available. I beg to differ.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Okay.
manually reduce that to 3. So there.
Okay.
I'm just going to be spiteful about that.
All right.
All right. So in your inventory, which is the second tab over on the right on your character sheet,
Okay. On the
you'll see
character
all the
sheet.
weapons in that first section.
Let's see.
So weapons,
Oh,
you've got unarmed strike, you've got a couple hand axes, you've got a javelin, you've got a great axe of intimidation +1, and you have a mace of smiting. You
Yep.
have a plethora of options to choose from.
Always. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna use that.
Which one?
The great axe of intimidation, which didn't roll very well. Yeah.
No, alas. However, as a
Yeah,
barbarian, you get to try again.
Oh, good. Let's do it again. All right. Hold on. I got the wrong button here. This. It's not doing
You
it
should be
right
able to just
now.
click the attack button again
Okay.
because it's already in the chat.
Oh, okay. I can do it. Oh, okay. I moved up here somehow. Let's see.
For the listeners at home, Jen is having a bad time because of pollen. For the price
Yes.
of 1 flamethrower a day, you too can remove all the pollen from California
Oh, that would take a while. You know?
Also,
and replace it with ash, which is totally
which is
fine.
also bad. No.
Yeah. No. Trying to figure this out. Sorry.
So if you're going
full of
to the
pollen.
chat bubbles in Foundry,
Okay.
where you were before when you rolled the attack,
Okay.
right above where it says your great axe of intimidation +1 rolled a 12, you should see an attack
Okay, yeah.
button. You can click that again.
Okay. I can see it, but I can't. All right. Hold on. Great axe. It's not letting me do it. It's like stuck now.
Do you have any other?
Fighting with Foundry.
Yeah, we've got fighting with Foundry.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I tried pressing the button? Oh, that's a D8. Ellie has rolled a D8. Possibly to see if dice can work. Because
Right.
does it
Yeah.
work for any of us?
Yeah.
Would you
Right.
mind if I tried pressing the button?
Go right ahead.
Oh, well, that's a 24.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit this
So,
thing a lot.
can you-
Yeah.
Can you press the damage button?
Damage button. Yes, I can.
And it would be normal, not crit.
Okay, I did it wrong then. Yeah.
Well,
Normal. I think I did hit normal.
Yeah, you did. Because
Okay.
that wasn't double the dice. So, yeah, okay. You have successfully done damage. Apply.
All right.
All right.
Excellent.
Next up is going to be Chadrick. Would you like to hide in here?
No. No. Gotta do
Would you like
something.
to be? Would you like to be helpful?
Well, yeah, because the thing is that I'm holding these scales, and I just don't want them to get dirty. I'm working so hard on this,
Do you want to be a bro man?
Just a long sigh. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can actually make my own cone of safety.
Uh-oh.
I forgot I have magic circle.
That circle's going to be green, by the way. I'm just telling everyone this. The circle will be green.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if I want to do this or not, but if I did, it creates a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder that makes it so enemies can't go through it by non-magical needs.
One of the
can
tentacles
literally
descends
make
down to the
myself
refuse
a
heap,
bathroom.
comes out with a scroll of teleportation.
Well, the thing is that if he tries to teleport, he has to succeed a charisma saving throw.
Have you seen this Otiug? It's very charismatic.
Have you seen Chadrick?
It's wearing a bow tie.
No, he hides.
Anyway, let me see. What am I doing? Hilarious.
I think the best part about this is Chadrick has to be helpful right now.
I don't have even if I did dive into the pile of poop, what would I do there?
Have it saturate your clothing.
Yeah, isn't that horrible?
Yeah. There's nothing nice about any of this other than the fact that you have a large amount of dragon scales.
By the way, how many people are within 5 feet of me?
Right now, no one.
Yeah.
The
Well, what
closest
if I
person is
moved so
Chadrick.
that way that happened?
You could get so that 3 people are within 5 feet of you. Yeah, right there. Or there.
Perfect, because that adds 3 to my AC.
4 if you
That means
include the
currently my
Otiug.
AC is 21. But yeah, I'm gonna be useful. Is this thing a construct?
No.
Dang. Can't believe I'm doing something useful. Ugh.
Sorry about that.
I'm not.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Guess.
I just realized if Chadrick turned into or was used in a Doctor Who parody, he'd be going around in a porta potty.
I'm gonna cast Thunderous Smite.
Okay, you're going to need to be able to hit it with a weapon
Yeah,
attack.
but 1 second, I'm gonna cast this at. Gonna do 2nd level for funsies.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'm going to use my Mace of Smiting.
All right. First use of a Mace of
let's see,
Smiting in the campaign.
Hey, I just got it, so it's not that
Yeah.
I wasn't trying.
It still has that new mace smell.
Ooh.
Not for long.
19.
That
20.
is a dirty 20. Yes.
Okay, cool. So then I'm going to do my damage roll. And I get
Mhm.
a +1 and then also a plus whatever that other thing is. So I'm going to roll that next.
Well, I believe I have to do a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Oh, you do too, yes. But I just do 2d6 damage. But if it's a strength saving throw that it misses, it also gets pushed and knocked prone.
Oh, also, when you roll a 20 on an attack roll made with this weapon, the target takes extra 7 bludgeoning damage.
So is that so the dirty 20 there still counts?
I'm gonna rule that it counts.
Okay, so 7 plus 7 to the 17 that I already did. Half damage. Oh, sorry, that's unsafe. Oh, dang it. So wait, why does it have? Wait. No,
the strength
this is an
saving
actual
throws
question.
to prevent it from being pushed back.
Yes, but it did the half damage for me automatically on save half damage.
I think
No, I
that's an
rolled a
error.
10. Never mind, I rolled a 10. I was just
Yeah.
I was concerned that it took half off because it read the spell wrong.
No,
But yeah, so
you
I
rolled a
did
10, but the number
17
above it was a
plus
20 because
7,
that was
so
its
that's-
save.
It's gonna be 24. No, gosh,
I've
that
applied the
wasn't the part
damage.
I was concerned about. It's 24.
Yes, I have applied the damage.
Okay.
All right.
Right, you do not apply it further.
Actually, I think most people here want me to apply it further.
Oh, well.
Please let me do more damage.
Mother, may I? All right. Is that your turn?
Well, I mean, I don't really got much else I can do. I did my bonus action and my action.
Okay. Well, then we're going to, and you moved. We're going to go to A, star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's the A show starring me. I'm A, and I've got lots of cool guests.
Oops.
And A has decided to not run up to the Otyugh.
That seems like a good idea.
A instead is going to throw psychic blades at it from a distance. And whiff twice.
I believe in him. He's so good at this.
That was an 11 and an 11 with a main hand attack and an offhand attack. So those have different bonuses. What? Huh. Yeah. Ellie, you're right. Text has been removed from the initiative order. That shouldn't be. I'm going to toggle your combat, and I'm going to update combatant.
Sorry for the delay.
And it's saying Mech has the same initiative as Hobby.
It was Tex who had the same.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Things are in the right order now. I'm not going to worry about the numbers. Also, it's
So Foundry, you're saying we all look alike? Is that what it is?
But I'm a cat.
Who knew that Foundry was racist against Warforged?
But I'm a cat.
So, at the school where I teach, I am one of 2 white male teachers. And people call me by the other teacher's name all the time. And I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it is the Otyugh's turn.
Oh.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
So the Otyugh is... They get multi-attack. 3 attacks. 1 with the bite and 2 with tentacles. So it's going to go for tentacle attacks first. It's going to attempt to hit Tex first, because it can roll normally for that one. Does a 21 hit?
It does not.
It doesn't like that. So it is going to swing around and attempt to hit Hobby with the second attack, which means I'm rolling a
At
disadvantage. All right. We'll take the 11 instead of the 21 for that attack. So that's a second miss. And it is going to attempt to bite Chadrick because Chadrick is loud.
Yeah. That
Rude.
tracks.
But also, again, rolling a disadvantage because blame Tex. All right. Well,
Now, I did my
Rude.
best.
yep.
Because like my AC is 21. How did it get above that?
Well, it has +8 to its attacks, and it rolled a 17 and a 17.
Still.
Wait, no, it
Rude.
rolled a 17 and a 19. We're taking the lower of the 2, but the lower of the 2 was a 17.
So rude.
Saying that's statistically improbable, so it's very rude.
It's wearing a little bow tie, though. All right. Its bite is doing 9 points of piercing damage, and you're going to need to attempt a DC 17 Constitution saving throw against disease or become poisoned.
Paladin?
Okay. Let's see.
Can you be
AC
poisoned?
17. I actually don't know if I can be.
Well, let's take a look
Wait a
at your
second.
features.
That's actually a very good question. Can I be poisoned? I'm immune to disease.
I think you're supposed to be immune to poison, or is that just monks?
I think that must be just monks because I'm only immune to disease right now. Myself here.
Yeah.
And this is worded.
I'm immune to disease.
Oh,
I don't like
am
how
I
this
within
is
10
worded.
feet of Chadrick?
Yes. You're within 5 feet of Chadrick. Listen to how this is worded.
Oh no, I don't have enough paladin for that yet. Never mind.
Listen to how this is worded. It must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw against disease or become poisoned until the disease is cured.
Hey, can't be diseased.
Yeah, if it's
I can't be
disease,
diseased.
then paladins are immune.
But because
Yeah,
they're
I mean, I'm
using
also just
two
immune
different
from my
things
liver.
in there. Yeah. Oh.
No, poisoned is a condition.
Poisoned is a condition, but the condition is a disease in this case.
Right,
and
it's a
I'm
disease
choosing to
that
take that
inflicts
I
the
can't be
poisoned
hurt.
condition.
Yeah. It is established nothing is happening here because of Chadwick's paladin abilities. I just think it's weird how this is labeled,
I agree.
how they worded it.
It's not the best wording.
No, it's not. All right. Well, that's its 3 attacks. It's not going to use its movement. So that takes us to Cavil.
Let's see. I'm
What is Cavil planning?
trying to figure that out.
Cavil casts
Well,
prestidigitation and
Hobby
removes the
has-
rubbish heap.
No. Hobby has advantage already. So I am going to step forwards. I'm not going to spend 2 spell slots on that. That's not how that works. And I am going to cast Greater Invisibility on A.
Oh no, I've been removed from the field of combat.
And hopefully that will give A not being bitten.
I have added the
A
invisible.
already gets advantage, but A has fewer hit points than all of the rest of us, so if both the rogues already have all of the advantage, then the squishier rogue should be... Yep.
I also just want it stated, for in case I zone out when it happens, I expressly want to use my shield if A gets targeted.
A is
Because I
the
can
party's
reaction to
mascot,
take that damage.
and if anything happens to A, I will be hunted down. I am very much
Yes.
aware of this. All right. Cavil, is that your turn?
No. I would like to, as a bonus action... Where do I click that? As a bonus action, give a bardic inspiration to Tex.
Ooh.
Neat.
And
Okay.
no, I do not want to roll the bardic inspiration. It's going to make me roll it. Well, that's not how bardic inspiration works, but
Well, we'll just let that sit there as a...
it didn't
going
consume
to
a
ignore that
use.
number. I don't know what's
Okay.
up with that. But the bottom line is, so
Yes.
you're giving bardic inspiration to Tex. Is that your turn?
Yes,
All right.
I have now used an action and a bonus action.
Okay. Tex, you have been given a bardic inspiration.
Are you going to Disneyland?
Would you like a chain breaker? Oh, I know it's not physics based, but that was almost a 20. Instead, it
Yeah.
was merely a 17, which still hits. And a 19, which also hits.
I'm going to hold off on the Bardic Inspiration.
Fair. Another goading attack, which means another wisdom save. Does not make the save. I rolled a 7.
And that's 21 total damage.
All right. It's bloodied.
Yay!
All right.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Was that roll for damage counting both attacks?
Yes.
I didn't know you could do that.
And the goading attack. I
Neat.
added plus 1d8, plus 6, plus 1d8 as a situational bonus.
Neat. All right. So that's your turn?
I'll center myself, but
Okay.
other than that,
You
yes.
slide to the right.
I'm pretty sure that's my turn, yes.
Okay. Next up is Hobby.
Once per turn, sneak attack. I don't need advantage if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet. And Tex has been very distracting.
Also, you have
And
Valve Enmity.
now you have
Okay.
Valve Enmity to use.
Yeah, I think I can use that one as well. Let's hit it with that. Okay. Now, let's go scrolling up and hit my attacky thing,
Now let's get dangerous.
I hope. Okay, there's my Shadow Blade. Let's attack that. Just normal.
An
Will,
18
an
hits.
18 hit.
Yes.
Okay, I will scroll up again and do my dead gum damage.
Now it occurs to me you did not roll with advantage for
should-
that.
Hmm?
You didn't roll with advantage. Roll to see if you crit.
But I'm using that. Aren't I burning my advantage to do a sneak attack instead?
No.
Oh, well, in that case, all right.
Anytime you have advantage, you do a sneak attack.
That's very confusing.
Anytime you're better at hitting, you're better at doing more damage.
No.
We're gonna take
No, I'm not doing
the
that.
18.
Oh, no.
We're not
Keeping
gonna do
the
the
18,
one.
We're not doing the nat 1. We are keeping the 18. So
I
there's my
have-
7 psychic.
I have applied the damage, and now roll your
And
sneak
here's my
attack damage.
Okay.
5d6. You could be a sneak attacking with a toothpick and still be incredibly deadly.
Thank you. 15 on the sneak attack.
Applied.
And
It is
while I'm
applied.
at it,
A
I
divine
desire
smite.
to hit a smite. Okay, I have to do that with the spell book. I'm going to. What the heck? Use? Yes, we're going to use the first level one. I believe that. Yes, okay. There. Okay. Roll my smite. Another 10 radiant.
As one does.
I think that's how it works. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
It
wait,
doesn't
is
like
it
that.
an undead or a fiend?
It is not. Either.
It's only 3. It is only 3 radiant.
It is
then,
an
because It did a
aberration.
weird. It did a weird. It's only 3 radiant, not 10.
Okay. Well, next up is going to be Mech.
Okay. Mech is going to move closer to this thing and start hitting it with an axe.
Okay. Well, you're already really close,
Right there.
but now you're getting in its face, which is
Yep.
almost as large as you.
Yep.
And now you're going to be a dentist and take out its teeth. Okay. So
Normal attack roll? With the great axe?
yes. Mm-hmm.
I got
A 19's going to hit.
19.
Go ahead and click on that damage.
Okay. Got a
All
10
right.
on
I'm
that
going to
one.
apply that. And you get to do
Okay.
this again.
Woohoo. Okay.
All right.
one
Roll
more
attack
try.
again.
Okay. Wait. Attack. Normal. 22.
That's a 22. Roll your damage.
Okay. Damage. 18.
All right. Now,
Max had enough of this.
even with
All right.
the correction for the smite not doing as much damage, Mech, how do you want to do this?
Oh my gosh. I think what I'm going to do is sort of jump into the air and sort of try to smash down on the creature with an axe.
Nice.
Yeah.
You definitely do this, and it rumbles and shakes, like trying to shake you off of it, but it's doing this as it settles down deeper and deeper into the rubbish pit, and now it's just sort of like the rubbish pit is at the same level it was before, but a lot of the surface area is this thing.
Okay. So, did I kill it? Is
Oh
there
yeah,
for others
it
to
is.
try?
It is
Okay.
dead, and if
Okay.
it wasn't in the rubbish pit, then someone would be picking up a quest to haul it to the rubbish pit. Fortunately, you have provided a valuable service.
Yes, exactly.
See, this is
All
why
right.
I did not go into the rubbish pit. I knew it.
You were in it the entire time. That's where you were finding the dragon scales.
Yeah, but I wasn't in like the pile over there.
You were in this pile over here.
Mm.
All right. So we have been playing for just over an hour since our last break. What do you say we take a short break?
Okay. Okay.
And we're back. All right. So
Yes.
you successfully have acquired a significant number of dragon scales. Final Fantasy Victory
Plus all
music
this
plays.
goop. Plus
The
whatever
goop will
this
wipe
goop
will wear
is.
off, I'm sure. One of you knows
I am
prestidigitation.
gross. I'm gross. I'm gross.
I mean,
Devil!
most of the goop was only splattered on people who were right next to the Otyug when Mech did the killing blow. Oh, you were right there. Like you were right on top of it. Oh.
And you were there? And you were there?
Oh boy.
Okay.
I
So-
pour my my thing of that I can make liquid out of every day. I pour it onto the scales to make sure they're nice and clean, and also wash my hands when I get back to knitting.
All right. And
Apple.
Cavil, your sibling
Prestidigitation.
has
Yes,
Otia
yes.
gunk.
Prestidigitation.
The
don't
longer
want
you
to lick
stay in the refuse pit, the more you feel like the slime and detritus and stuff are creeping up over you. The urge to groom is overwhelming. Prestidigitation only
But
lasts
I'm
for
not-
so long.
I'm not putting my tongue on this.
Fortunately, you have a sibling with prestidigitation, and the next part of the quest requires you to leave the refuse pit.
Yay! Bounce,
Yes.
bounce, bounce.
You continue further north, and there is in fact a large pile of sulfur that's pushed up against a rock wall near the lava, but not too near the lava. And all you gotta do is scoop up a whole bunch of it and carry it back, and you should be fine.
Okay. Scoop the sulfur.
Mhm.
Hobby
Okay.
used feline agility to get out of the refuse pit.
Smart.
Okay.
Yep.
Chadrick. Begins with a C, dagnabbit. Chadrick, you feel a tugging on your sleeve
Yeah.
as an invisible kobold hand reaches up, because I'm assuming Cavil is still concentrating on the invisibility until told otherwise.
Yeah, why not?
So,
What is it, buddy?
quick question. The Red Death, they're like have you met them?
Have I met them?
You have not.
I'm asking you.
You have not.
No.
Okay. They wouldn't be like a really big dragon, would they?
Would they?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's conceivable.
Like the
Probably.
really like that head that's sticking up out of the lava directly behind us right now, like that dragon.
I'm gonna guess yes.
Hello.
You did-
We got the Otiug out of your refuse pit.
I did roll, by the way, a 26 perception to see if I saw a dragon.
Yes, you definitely see the dragon that is now extending its head further out of the lava. Now that
Hello
it's
there.
obvious that they have been seen.
Yeah.
Wave, wave.
You got the Otiug out of the refuse pit.
Strictly speaking, no. I was planning to drag it out afterwards.
No. I'm assuming you killed it. In that case, it would belong in the refuse pit.
Well,
True.
to be fair, it attacked.
Well, yes, they
And I
tend to
attacked
do
back.
that. It's.
Mhm.
I don't recall having a quest to remove an Otiug, though. I don't recall having an Otiug.
It's more of we stumbled in here and it found us.
Ah.
Your Majordomo sent us on a quest to do pest control.
Oh, the core worms. How'd that go?
We got the queen, but there may still be some of the babies around. There's probably still quests for that for a few days at least, but hopefully we got them all?
Well,
I really hope we got them all.
they don't start reproducing until they're full size, so you've bought me a lot of time. Thank you for that. I'm sure the Majordomo will handle the finances for that.
Yes. We were going back to your Majordomo with the quest items now.
Ah, the quest items for killing a core worm. I don't recall there being quest items for that.
I want to prove we did it.
We got a secondary
With-
quest.
You want to prove you did it with a bag of sulfur and a considerable number of dragon scales that appear to be turned into half of a lovely sweater.
Do you like it? Working really hard on it.
Well, I would prefer to not critique a work in progress, but so far it looks like it's turning out okay.
Yeah, the thing is, this isn't so much a quest item as much as, I saw them here and thought, we have a friend in our party who's not the best at defense. Make him a cool sweater.
Yeah. Yes. Well, for future reference, you're asking for my feedback on the sweater is not unlike if somebody came up to you and said, "I'm knitting this out of your hair. Do you like it?"
My
Yeah,
mother did
When you
that
put it
once.
that way, apologies.
Yeah, I understand you're not a dragon. That's fine. I'm trying to be more accepting.
My mother once did a thing where she was knitting a sweater for Cavill out of my fur.
The Red Death turns its head to just stare at you.
Blink, 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 blink.
You are painfully aware that it's not, both eyes are not the same on this dragon.
Blink, blink, blink.
There's a lot to
What about the
unpack.
back?
A lot.
Yeah, so there was a lot to unpack with that statement, and I prefer to keep it in the whatever it is you,
Bag of
you
holding?
pack things in. I suppose. I don't like using those. Too many low-level adventurers end up going to the astral plane with half of my treasure hoard.
Ew. That sounds like it's a real nuisance to get it back.
Oh, I just replace it. And there's always more low-level adventurers.
That's fair.
Hobby is going to be quiet because I have to go help with the groceries. Someone else do my outro for me.
So, I understand the dragon
That's
scales.
an interesting way to get out of a conversation.
Certainly. We just see an AFK appear above Hobby's head. They start to go into an idle animation.
Oh yeah.
Like, after about 20 seconds, you just see the Hobby character sit down and start to groom one foreleg. Then they get back
I mean,
up.
I guess I could fill an awkward silence.
We have
with-
mostly stopped asking why Chadrick does any of the things he does.
Well,
The thing is that I'm not the one who said a weird thing. If I wanted to say a weird thing, I could bring up to the fact that technically I've never had a dream in my life, so I don't know where I'm going.
follow your dreams.
Those
What are those?
do those. Okay,
Never had a
okay.
dream.
Now
So
I see how those go together.
So I'm not going to ask about the dragon scales, but do you really need a bag of sulfur?
Components
Components.
for spells, I assume.
Who's
I'm mostly here
spellcasting?
to
And I
lift
think he
things.
serves a god of getting drunk, so who knows what.
Oh, so
He
the
needs for
sulfur's for you.
components.
Now, I don't care about the dragon scales. They were in the refuse pit. You're going through my dumpster pretty much. But the sulfur, that's here for being used. It's useful. It's not in the refuse pit. So, why are you taking my
See?
sulfur?
Do
All
I
eyes turn to Chadrick.
Okay, so first of all, I wanted to say this out of character. Why did y'all decide that I was the one who needed the sulfur? I'm not the one holding the sulfur. I'm the one holding the dragon scales.
You
That's
talked
fair.
about being so
What?
charming
Out of
earlier.
character? Because blaming Chadrick for weird stuff is plausible.
That's fair, but like, why couldn't you blame, like, I don't know, the guy who sent us on quests? He's a weird character. Makes sense that maybe he wants some sulfur for something. Don't you worship him or something?
That is not how that works.
Also, Mo
Your
didn't send you
Majordomo
here.
requested it. Your Majordomo
Oh.
requested it.
They
He
did.
did not specify that it was spoken for.
Well, it is spoken for. Because, well, Ruby needs it to power the contraption.
Okay.
Was it something I
Awkward
said?
silence. We hadn't been given their name.
Let me see.
You know, I have a very high insight roll. That's a 16
understand.
persuasion
You know-
I
check.
was figuring you
What-
maybe
sorry, what did
know,
you say, Crash?
but they seemed to think you don't know.
Crash, what did
Well-
you say?
I said that was a 16 persuasion check that Chadrick rolled.
Yeah, because I was about to persuade, hopefully. Yeah, so oh, wow, really? Okay, so thing is that, you know, Majordomo asked for it, and then I'm not gonna lie, I was slightly interested because I heard about this really cool like beer creating technique that you use some sulfur to really add some smoke to it, and so I was really trying to hopefully get a hand on that. Is it possible I could just have a little? Just for that?
Knock yourself out. But not literally.
Yes. Thank you. I'm actually really good at that because apparently I don't really know, but the god that I paladin for is all about drinking, so I'm covered on that front.
Well, and yes, the Majordomo likes to keep to themselves, and not reveal their backstory. And I'm not one to pry, but also there's a few things that are kind of obvious. Like, not always using the proper character voice. And
Oh no.
the sound of gears that have not quite been properly oiled. And the fact that there's not actually a throat, just a little opening that has sulfur and flames shoot out of it. But,
I figured it was polite to at least keep up the paper-thin deception.
oh, certainly. And by all means, please continue to do so. So long as they don't let me know that they are in fact 3 kobolds, I only have to pay 1 salary.
You know, understandable. Can we?
You would get along with my patron.
In fact, I do.
We're just gonna help them keep the ruse up so you can keep 1 salary. Is that cool?
Well, I'm looking forward to when they've had the character growth to maybe come clean.
Awesome. So, glad we're all on the same page here.
Oh, it's very amusing, I assure you. You should see when they roll Nat 1.
Oh, goodness.
The amount of backtracking and doublespeak they use to try to get out of a faux pas, it is hilarious.
So with that, by the way, I put my half-done sweater done, and I pick up my other project, which was the scales to fix the hole in their body. I just start working on that one.
Well, I'll let you kids get off doing what you need to do. Thought I'd just stop in to say hello.
It was lovely to meet you.
Likewise. And the head just slowly sinks into the lava, as if the devs hadn't bothered to animate the entire body. Thank you. I'm here all week. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for playing. I have it on good authority that Io's mom writes books.
She does.
Indeed.
Wow.
At
You can find
ElizabethMcCoy.com.
Exactly.
There you go.
And speaking of books,
My website is bookofjen.net, and I put a variety of things on it depending on what I'm interested in at the moment. You can find that at bookofjen.net. I'm also the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, which I revised recently-ish, and that's going to be on shatteredsoulstone.com. I'll probably put up an episode a little bit later today.
and speaking of websites,
Alec.xyz is a website. You can use it to talk to people. It's like Twitter, but without somebody absolutely insane running it. We get rid of all of the Nazis and fascists. It's incredible. Feel free to go to elek.xyz, that's elekk.xyz, to have a social media that's not going to steal all your information or, take away your rights.
fascists on my Frozen Peach social network.
It's more likely than you think.
And speaking of other websites, rmbsmith.com/cogwheel is where you can go to find all of our podcasts. Not just Dungeons & Dragons, but also Cypher System and GURPS/Star Wars, with their heads constantly being
Of course.
smashed together while someone says, now kiss.
No, I am not doing the Now Kiss for that. Now Kiss is for D&D and GURPS.
You can also follow us on the Fediverse at is.rmbsmith.com/@cogwheel. I can speak this evening. Truly I can. You have to believe me, as I stare directly at the camera and sweat drips down my face. Anyway, you can also support us on Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming, where you can help us keep the lights on along with other illustrious patrons, including Ellie, Shen Shen, Walter, Liv Drummond, and patron emeritus Cindy. And until next time, this is Crash saying, they're good kids, but it's a shame Ruby never figured out that the horns go the other way around. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
It's called a pompadour. I mean,
Okay, Ellie, you win.
There's